Yo, what is good, Jets Nation? Welcome back to Jets Media. This is Richie, and today I want to break down this morning's training camp. I was there in attendance, and I know this video is coming out very late, but that's because I literally just got home. As you guys know, I do live in Long Island, New York, and training camp happens to be in Florham Park, New Jersey. So it was a 2.5-hour drive with traffic, and I'm a little tired, but I definitely had to make this video. I went live from training camp on my phone. If you guys want to check out that live stream, it was really awesome. I got to connect with a lot of you guys, and I'm talking to the Jets Media subscribers. Really appreciate all the support that you guys show the channel, and me in particular. It really does mean so much to me. I cannot thank you guys enough. And training camp the past 2 days was nothing short of electric. I mean, the fans are ready to go. Aaron Rodgers has ignited this fan base into something that I've never expected, and it's so beautiful to watch in person, especially when it comes down to Aaron Rodgers. I mean, he walks onto the field, the entire fan base doesn't know what to do with themselves, just cheering him on. And the best part about training camp that I love is when the offense is doing drills, not even against the defense, just running routes on air, and Rodgers throws a dart to Garrett Wilson for like a 15-yard gain with no defender, by the way. The whole crowd erupts. Yeah! Like, it just shows you how much this fan base is starving for a winner. It was so awesome to see. But let's get right into what I saw from these New York Jets on the practice field. But before we do that, I do want to mention, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We got a lot of content coming your way all throughout the rest of training camp, and we are inching close to the next goal of 18K subscribers. Really hope I can hit that before the season starts. So do me a favor and subscribe if you're new. Also, hit that thumbs up button if you guys enjoy the content. And more importantly, comment your thoughts of your biggest takeaways from the New York Jets training camp so far. Now, let's talk about what happened on the practice field today. First, we got to highlight this Garrett Wilson touchdown. This was one of the coolest plays I've ever seen at a Jets training camp in my life, and I've been to a lot. This catch from Garrett Wilson at the back of the end zone shows you what I've been hyping up Garrett Wilson to be, and what every single Jets fan is excited to see Garrett Wilson in year number 2. There's a reason why a lot of people are comparing him to Davante Adams. It's not just because, you know, we're hopeful that it can be that great. He is that talented. What this shows us is that he can go up there and make any type of grab. I mean, this is something we didn't even see from his rookie season. I know it's just practice, but these are the types of catches that stars make in practice. So Aaron Rodgers, the cool thing about this play as well is he shows off his mobility. I know that there's no pads on here, but Aaron Rodgers steps up into the pocket when it's collapsing, rolls to his right, extends the play, pump fakes, flicks his wrist into the back of the end zone, and finds Garrett Wilson. This was not an easy catch from Garrett Wilson. Had to go up there, back shoulder, toe tap at the back of the end zone, touchdown New York Jets. Whoa, I was absolutely shook when I saw that. And my first instinct was, yep, that's going to go viral on social media for whoever took this video. Shout out to whoever did this. The credit is right there. But man, I watched that and I'm just like, dude, Garrett Wilson is legit. And the offense, by the way, in practice in back-to-back days, won in the red zone. The defense probably got the better of the offense earlier in training camp when it was 11-on-11, 2-minute drills. But in the red zone, the offense got the better of the defense because back-to-back throws from Aaron Rodgers were touchdowns. The first one was to Garrett Wilson. The next one was to Tyler Conklin, who is emerging as the red zone favorite for Aaron Rodgers. That's back-to-back days with a touchdown in the red zone by Tyler Conklin. So look out for Conklin, folks. The tight ends in the system with Hackett and Aaron Rodgers seems to excel. So big-time stuff. Garrett Wilson is a superstar. I've been talking about it on this channel throughout the entire offseason, and it's so cool to watch him out there. And speaking of Garrett Wilson real quick, just not even just this play, every time the ball's in his hands or every time he's running a route and I watch him, this man's so slippery. I've never seen someone just be in and out of his breaks this quickly. Shout out to Garrett Wilson. Cannot wait to see what you do in year number 2. Another wide receiver who had a spectacular catch was Jason Brownlee. He went up there and absolutely mossed Brandon Eccles down the right sideline. Zach Wilson threw up a bomb and Jason Brownlee went down with it. Now, this was really cool to see because Jason Brownlee is fighting for that 53-man roster spot. You can say that the 5 receivers are pretty much set, but that wide receiver 6 is up for grabs, and I think Jason Brownlee is the front runner to be that wide receiver number 6. We got no particular order: Garrett Wilson, Allen Lazard, Corey Davis, Hardman, and Randall Cobb as the 5 that I'm assuming is going to be the top 5, but that 6th spot is up for grabs, and Jason Brownlee has definitely impressed me the most out of any receiver on that room competing for that wide receiver 6 spot yesterday and today. So Jason Brownlee, number 16, cannot wait to see what he does in the preseason. He looks really good. He can go up there, high point the ball, very athletic, very fast, has efficient hands as well. Shout out Brownlee. Also, Aaron Rodgers seems to really like Jason Brownlee because every time he gets, him the ball, Rodgers seems to really just pat him on the back and hype him up. So that's something what you really like to see. Speaking of Aaron Rodgers, let's talk about him. He was very efficient today, and something that caught my eye today at practice that probably not really you saw on Twitter. I actually tweeted it out once. Here's that tweet. So it was a play where Aaron Rodgers looked like he was scanning the middle of the field, and he started pump faking, and then he got really upset, and then he checked it down, which ended up being incomplete. And then right after the ball was incomplete, Aaron Rodgers was visibly frustrated with Jeremy Ruckert. You saw him, I don't know what he said, but his body language was very pissed off, and he said something to Ruckert in terms of saying, hey, you ran the wrong route. This was incorrect by you. I got to teach you what to do. And this is a really good sign, Jets fans, because we finally have a quarterback that can hold our players accountable and just really make them understand, like, that was wrong, and you got to fix that. That's unacceptable. We've never had a quarterback that can, say those things and it could be justified, right? Can you imagine Zach Wilson, for example, if, say, Ruckert ran the wrong route? Is Zach Wilson going to start screaming and cursing at Jeremy Ruckert? Ruckert's going to look at Zach and laugh at him, be like, yo, who are you to talk to me like that? But when Rodgers says it, Ruckert's going to listen. Ruckert's going to be like, okay, all right, Aaron, what do I need to fix? So that's really cool because that shows you Aaron Rodgers' ability to be the coach on the field outside of just a quarterback. He's going to hold his players accountable because he expects excellence from himself and this offense, and he understands that's going to be a process, and this is really cool to see. But outside of that one little play I noticed from Aaron Rodgers, he's definitely trying a lot of bombs down the field. He did not connect on a bomb today. He did just miss Corey Davis down the right sideline. Corey Davis had DJ Reed beat by just a stride, a go route down the right sideline. Rodgers just overthrew him a little bit too much. But outside of that, there was a really cool play that I saw from Aaron Rodgers that was a signature A-Rod where he was under center. You see him scanning the defense before he hikes the ball. He looks to his left, looks to his right, does his usual hand signals, calls an audible, looks at Lazard, does something, looks at Garrett Wilson, does something, and you're like, uh-oh, here he goes. Green 19! Green 19 hot! Signature Rodgers, drops back, play action, finds Allen Lazard over the middle on a crossing route for a big-time gain. Those are the things that Aaron Rodgers will do. Elevate the offense just from his mind. That is a play that we've never seen from a Jets quarterback in quite some time. Simply seeing what the defense gives, giving their wide receivers a new read, a new look because of what the defense is given to them with the big-time gain. That's smart. That's experience. That's why when people say, oh, Rodgers is old, well, I personally think being an old quarterback is a positive because of plays like that. It gives him the opportunity to make checks at the line of scrimmage, something that Zach Wilson struggled with big time last year. But Aaron Rodgers overall really elite in the red zone, back-to-back days with touchdowns and just elevating this offense. Just looks like an absolute beast. I mean, what more can you say for our franchise quarterback in Aaron Rodgers this season and hopefully for the next couple of years? And speaking of Zach Wilson, he was dealing. I'm very impressed with Zach Wilson, and it just feels like Zach Wilson has a lot of pressure just released, right? There's no expectations for Zach because he's not starting, and it feels like his poise and confidence and his demeanor has changed. He feels humbled, and I talked about this yesterday after practice, and this morning he showed the same thing. Going through his progressions, it's going to change when the pads go on because the live pass rush isn't real without pads, but Zach Wilson was really efficient today, had a really nice throw. Who was it? Was it Lazard? I forgot exactly who it was, but he had a couple really nice throws down the field. Also had a touchdown in the red zone drill to Kenny Yeboah, a one-handed grab, and that pass was really, really cool because it wasn't like Kenny Yeboah was wide open and Zach just hit him. That was not what happened. It was a little stick route, and Kenny Yeboah was not open, and Zach Wilson threw him open. Those are the types of throws that makes you a franchise quarterback in the NFL. Zach Wilson continued the development. He looks like a completely different player out there on the practice field, and I know it's just practice, but I'm just speaking to it how it was. I mean, if Zach Wilson was struggling and throwing up ducks and throwing picks, I would tell you guys that he does not look good. But what I've seen from Zach Wilson in the 2 days I was there yesterday and today, he's making strides in the right direction. That's for sure. Speaking about the defensive line real quick, the defensive line had an interesting rotation. The first series of the defensive line included John Franklin Myers. Next to him was Quinnen Williams, Al Woods, and Jermaine Johnson with the starters, which was really cool. And then the next series, the first team defensive line included John Franklin Myers again, then Al, and then it was Quentin Jefferson next to JFM, then Quinnen Williams next to him, and then Carl Lawson. So just an idea of what to expect from this defensive line rotation. They're freaking deep. There was one play where Jermaine Johnson and Michael Clemens both screamed off the edge and forced a fumble on Zach Wilson. This defensive line looks ferocious, but again, it's hard to really evaluate the trenches without pads on. Pads go on Tuesday, which is really exciting. Tony Adams continues to be the starting free safety next to Jordan Whitehead. There was a play today, actually, that Aaron Rodgers tried to find Allen Lazard deep down the field, but DJ Reed and Jordan Whitehead was draped all over Lazard, not even close to being completion because of the coverage was all over Lazard. Incomplete pass. So the secondary really looks good so far, and it's going to be curious to see if Tony Adams is going to stay as that starting free safety, because we signed Adrian Amos, and right now he's the backup behind Tony Adams, and I think that's because he's just learning the system and they're going to ease him in, but you never know. Maybe Adams wins that job, so that's something to keep in mind. Another competition in camp that I really noticed that I really loved is Mekhi Becton versus Michael Clemens. There was one particular rep that I have in my head that I really want to watch Mekhi Becton, and he absolutely swallowed up Michael Clemens. He's playing left tackle with the second team. Billy Turner is playing starters with Aaron Rodgers at left tackle. Dwayne Brown is on the PUP list, so we'll see what happens with the left tackle, right tackle competition. But Mekhi Becton's looking really good so far, man. I know there's no pads on, but based off his elusiveness, his first step off the line of scrimmage, his overall mentality, his overall physicality, he looks freaking good. I'm excited to see what Mekhi Becton does this season. Another player to look out for is Jamian Sherwood. He is replacing Quan Alexander as that starting linebacker next to CJ Mosley and next to Quincy Williams. I know everyone's like, sign Quan, sign Quan. I agree. I would love to sign Quan, but I'm speaking on what I saw on the practice field right now. If we do not sign Quan Alexander, I really like what I'm seeing from Jamian Sherwood. He looks fast. He was making a lot of plays. Whenever there was a handoff to the right or left, he was the first one making the tackle, first one there. He has a lot of energy and a lot of spark, and I think Jamian Sherwood in year number 3 could have a breakout potential this season. Really, really exciting. Another player who just continues to be dominant on defense is Quinnen Williams. Every time there was a handoff up the middle, Quinnen was wrapping up Michael Carter, wrapping up this player, wrapping him up. Just elite stuff from Quinnen Williams. Just looks like an absolute dog. Absolutely love that we got Q. And I forgot to mention, Jamian Sherwood actually forced a fumble. It just feels like he has a good knack for the football. I think it was on Michael Carter, the running back. So the defense is looking good. The offense is looking good. But today, my biggest takeaways was that Garrett Wilson elite catch, and the red zone, the Jets offense is definitely getting the better of the Jets defense. And it's not like the Jets defense is struggling in the red zone. It just feels like this offense is finding opportunities to the point where the defense is looking at each other like, what are we supposed to do about Garrett Wilson making that type of catch? So that's going to wrap up this video, folks. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please comment down below a Statue of Liberty emoji if you stayed all the way till the end. I appreciate all the support here on Jets Media. It's been a lot of fun reporting about what the Jets are doing at camp. And if I met you at camp, thank you so much. I appreciate all the support you show. Guys, I love you all. Let's go Jets, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace and love as always, and let's go Jets.